In the previous video, I put the transoms over the door walls in the breakfast nook. That was in this area. And I changed my view range. So instead of cutting through the door walls in this plan, I raised the cut plane up so that I would be cutting through the transoms. And I want to change my view range. So VR, type VR. And I'm going to change that view range back down to 4'6", so I'm cutting through the door walls instead of the transom. So now we can see that. I'm going to put two 8-foot door walls here. So I'll say create similar, and I'll put one here, and I'll put one here. And I can't see it, so let's VR. I should be able to see that. I'm cutting through the cut plane at 4'6". I should be able to see my doors. I'm in the first floor plan. Oh, that's interesting. I'm making a very silly mistake here, but let's see. Well, I guess I can. Let's see what happened there, because I think I'm cutting it through the right spot. There we go. I didn't copy the door walls, I copied the transoms. So let's align those transoms here with the top. And so that's why I couldn't see them, because as I often say, Revit doesn't do what you think you told it to do. It does exactly what you did in fact tell it to do. And I told Revit to create similar, and I clicked on the transoms instead of the door walls. So I got my transoms in there. And now notice that I'm looking here and I can't see. I want to see the door walls back here, and I can't. So if I go and take a look at that section, and that's the floor plan. Let's go to the first floor plan, and let's see why I can't see this wall in the background. And if I click on my section line, you can see that this dashed line represents the depth of view. So if I want to see in that section all the way back to this wall, then I need to drag that dashed line around. That's my depth of view. And if we go back now to you can see that I can see my transoms over there. So back to the first floor plan. Now I have my door walls. I will say create similar, and I'm just going to put one right there. And then I'll go back to this section and I'll fix it. So I need to figure out where I want them to be arranged in terms of the floor plan. So where do I want that to be located? Let's start out, and I'm going to say from this wall to here, I want that to be 2 feet. So I'm going to click on that. That activates that dimension, and I'll make it 2 feet away. Okay. So now let's go back to the section just to see what I did. That looks good to me. So I'm going to align these guys. I don't know if that's placed in the wall correctly with respect to the brick mold. So let's align this guy into the center. That's the center line. So, well, that certainly doesn't look right. So let's grab this guy and pull him over here. That looks much better. Okay, and I know that this guy is 2 feet off of that wall, so I would want this guy to be 2 feet off of that wall too. And let's just do it like that. Go back to the floor plan and put my dimension in there real quickly. I wanted it to be 2 feet to the center line. And I'm sorry, I want it to be 2 feet to here. So I'll delete this guy and put my dimension in from here to here and change that to 2 feet. So this guy wants to be 2 feet. Okay, take that dimension out. can take this dimension out too. And let's go back and look at that section again. See what we did. That looks pretty good. I have a big wall space here, so I'll probably do something. Oh, I'll definitely do something more up here as far as windows go. But for now, let's align this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So back to the 3D view just to see what I've done. Now when escape, I'm going to click on something so that that's the rotation, the pivot point, the rotation point. And look at that. Something's not right here because these transoms don't line up. So I've made a mistake here. So and that's one of the real advantages of using the 3D feature is I might not have caught that if I were just looking at a section that shows this wall. I might not have actually caught that. So let's see. What do I want to do? Trying to think what is the best way to do that. I don't know. Let's see. Here we go. If I cut a section through this space, so let's go to the first floor. Let's flip this section to here, and let's go to that. So now I can see the top of the transom of this. I won't be able to see the top of the transom of that right away because why? Well, because there's a wall in the way. So let's see. Let's try another. We'll go to that view, and there's my transom, and there's my wall. So let's see what happens if I simply come down to the eyeglasses and say hide element. Now I can see through there, and I know that this guy is supposed to line up with this guy. So I'll simply grab the top of here as an align point, and then I will align this guy to it. And then I'm going to go back to my eyeglasses, and I'm going to say reset temporary hide. I can't see it anymore. And I'm going to move that section line over and work on that wall. So I know that that's supposed to be the height of the transom. So I'm going to grab this guy and use that as my align point. And then I will align, I could actually grab this guy as an align spot and drag him down to there. And then I need to do the same thing. I'm going to align, let's align, because I'm not sure I've got both of these exactly correct. Yeah, looks good to me. Okay, so back to that 3D. I saw an error that I had made that would not have looked good on the inside. And I have these high walls here inside of here. So this is a 2-story space. I'm not going to leave those walls blank. I'll put some more windows in on top of that. But for now, I will stop the video. We got to see putting in the door walls and the transoms in the first floor. So now I still haven't decided if I want to put an opening here or not. I probably do. It'd probably be nice to be able to come through there. Should it be a door? I don't know. Or should it just be an opening? And I'm thinking just an opening. I don't think I would really like a door here, but there might need to be a door if you want to block off. This is a formal space and this is a more casual space. So I guess you could argue either way. As everything that I'm doing, you could argue that that's not correct. Not necessarily the process of doing it, but the actual layout and the thought process relative to the floor plan. And I'm presenting you ideas on how to use Revit, and you as the architect get to decide how you want to lay your project out. But I'm using this as a tutorial to illustrate how to use the different techniques. So I'll stop it right here.